Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you've had a lovely day and hope you had a great weekend and got out for some snow fun.
I loved it. Sledging was so much fun,
Yeah.
zooming down the hill. What a great way to end the weekend.
Fantastic. So our assembly today, we're actually going to start off about the weekend. So many of you already have popped in the kilometres that you've managed to do for your the first lockdown inter-house competition, and we'd like to extend it because I know a lot of you were having lots of sledging fun, as Mr. Antonius has already said, over the weekend. So we're going to extend it till 3:15 on Thursday this week. So that means if you're getting out and about for your daily exercise, have a look back at that celebration assembly and just have a look at, you can use the maps that were on there or use one of the apps to sort of count how many sort of kilometres that you're doing, and then you can input that onto the Google form. If you've already popped on your kilometres onto the Google form and you're going to do any more this week and want to keep going for your house, because it's pretty close at the moment, without giving anything away, so every kilometre counts, then you can email the admin team, admin@Wardenhill, and just pop on the subject of Interhouse and then add in any extra kilometres that you have completed. All right, and then we'll be able to announce the winners on the Friday celebration assembly.
It's almost perfect. Friday being a celebration assembly. Let's celebrate the first lockdown Interhouse event. We wanted to give out some shout outs to some families that worked really hard this weekend on the kilometres.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
Yep. So far of that, looking in the hotspots there of that, lots and lots of kilometres, we have got the Wintle family. Well done, girls, doing a great job there for your house.
And I want to give out a whole shout out to year one. Ethan, Renault Clark, Huge Miles, Delilah, Darcy, Farah. It's just amazing how much distance they covered.
Absolutely. So well done, guys.
And I wanted to add one more. The Flukeses. Harry Flukes, you were absolutely amazing. Whether you were running around your house, whether you go to the field, you put a huge amount of effort into the distance you covered. And I'm really proud of you.
So we'll hear lots more from our catch up on Friday with all those different kilometres. So children, it's all to play for, okay? Really important.
Keep exercising.
So as you all know, on Friday we've decided for a no screen day, and it's something that, again, we've said already, but we're really looking forward to this for you. We recognise how hard it's been, and you are working incredibly hard though. All right, that's all of you doing an amazing job, and we think it's good timing actually. All right, it just means that we have that break on Friday. The grid has gone out with just lots of activities, and I'll say again, these are for reception all the way to year 6. So you might look at them and think, oh, that's a bit easy. They are for a range of ages. However, we've popped in another idea for you that doesn't involve being on the screen at all, but actually you do lots of different learning. So it's the big RSPB Garden Birdwatch Challenge over this weekend coming. And we just thought, again, we just popped on some slides here. The link's on that slide for you as well. And it's been a really nice way just to sort of print off the resources before the weekend. So if we go to the next slide, Mr. Antonius, that'd be amazing. Thank you. So there are sort of what you will see, what to look out for, a helpful guide for bird recognition, and I've also popped on there as well something maybe from I got it off the Gardeners World website, but just a nice way of how you can maybe entice those birds into your garden, and you could maybe make some fat cakes for them. So there's those lovely seedy ones with fat attached to them, and it's a really simple how-to using an empty yogurt carton as your sort of mould that you can do that and then attach it to the tree and see what comes into your garden.
And actually, this is one of the targets that I had from education. I wanted to learn more about British wildlife and British trees. And the year 1 curriculum really taught me about trees, but not birds. So this is something I'm going to really enjoy learning about. And I think it's a brilliant way to connect with nature.
Yeah, I learned something about the robins at the weekend, that they obviously, as ground feeders, they love mealworms. So might have got some of those thanks to a fast online delivery service. They were all over it. Three or four robins at one go, which is unusual because they're quite territorial robins, but it was lovely to see them in the garden.
And they feel very wintry as well, robins.
They do.
Great.
They
so
beautiful.
Now, our assembly, we wanted to focus on how we're feeling. We've heard some feedback that some people are worrying a bit about lockdown. And so we thought we'd have an assembly focused on that feeling and being able to come across and improve that. So don't worry, we know how you're feeling, but this assembly is going to help. And the first thing that we wanted to share with you is that everybody worries, no matter how old you are, no matter where you're from or where you live in the country, Everybody worries, and that's a natural feeling. And we say, if you can name it, then you can tame it. So it's really important to put a name to your emotions, and that way you can tame it and move forward. So we're going to play a little simple game. We're going to use the worry scale. We're going to use our fingers, and we're either going to put up 1 finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers, 4 or 5, depending on how worried you are. So 1 is you're okay. 2 is you're a little worried. 3 is starting to get worried, nervous and anxious. 4 is really worried. And 5 is freaking out. And I hope none of us are at 5, but they're entitled to feel the way they are. So the first question I'm going to ask you is, how are you feeling about lockdown? Can you show me with your hands how you're feeling right now, and show your adult, if they're around, how you're feeling about lockdown? Because it's really interesting to gauge how we're feeling.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about lockdown?
Do you know what? I'm all right. I'm a 1. I'm okay. We're just cracking on. It's one of those things, and we are getting through it.
Oh, I think that's brilliant. And I think I'm a 2.
Okay.
A little worried. My partner works in a hospital. I work in school. Yeah. So my family are out and about a lot. But all the things are in place. Yeah. I feel a little bit worried.
Okay. You're allowed.
So the next one is about, how are you feeling about missing your friends? I think one of the hardest things of lockdown is that you can only really see your household. And I know my daughter, with only a 2-year-old to play with, is finding that quite difficult. So show me with your hands right now, how are you feeling about missing friends? Are you a 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5? Oh, that's really interesting. I think with technology, and being able to be on Zoom or our live check-ins, this time
better.
Feel a little bit more connected. The next one is, how are you missing your family? Now, obviously you live with your immediate family, but it's grandparents, uncles, aunts, cousins. How are you feeling about missing them? Are you a 1, a 2, 3, 4 or 5?
That's an interesting one. I think I would normally be meeting up with my sister quite a lot. She lives over in Surrey. So I'm probably more about a 3 now, I think, about that.
Yeah, with missing family, part of my weekly routine is going to my nan's for a dinner every Thursday night. And I haven't been able to do that in the last year. And I think I'm a little bit worried and nervous. So I'd also be a 3. Yeah. And I think we need to then check in.
Yes.
Do something about that. Can you phone them? Can you have a Zoom meeting with them?
I was going to say, thank goodness for Zoom.
Yes, there are other platforms out there.
Yes.
And the last one I wanted to gauge your opinion on is missing leisure activities. That's your football team, or going to play farm, or going to the cinema, all those things that you do as a treat and as special as a family. Yeah. How are you feeling about that at the moment? Are you 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5? How are you feeling?
Well, I love going to the gym, and I am really missing spin at the minute, but that's okay because I'm still able to get out on the bike at the weekends. I'm a little bit grumpy about it, it must be said, but there's a reason behind it. And so, by being able to get out and doing an alternative to something I love doing is great.
I think I'm a 3. I'm missing my 5-side football team. As we're all slightly older, I don't know whether it will start again. We've been playing together for 12 years. Yeah. And I'm a little bit worried, will it start back up once lockdown is over and we can start playing sport? So it's interesting. Yeah. It's really important as families that you discuss these things, and you need to be able to describe those emotions to your parents, because then they can help you. So that might have sounded doom and gloom, but now we're coming with the answers.
We've got some answers for you, so panic not. So this is a lovely quote. I do that. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift, and that is why it's called the present. So try and focus on that here and now. Focus in on yourselves and think about the things to be thankful for as well. All right, that's really important. Okay, and by sharing any worries, that actually helps. All right, you're getting rid of them, you're talking about them, and it makes them sort of like a little bit more normal to manage, and you can put it all into perspective, and that's what your parents at home are for. All right, so do talk to them.
I love that quote, and it's a great movie as well.
It's lovely, yeah, good movie.
So you might have remembered this assembly from before. You may look like this is a happy octopus. He sat there watching the TV, on the iPad, on the computer, writing, on the Kindle.
Reading a book.
Ooh, there's a lot of things that they're trying to do there, multitasking. Now, I know I'm not that good at multitasking.
Neither am I.
No, and you're not an octopus. So when you're looking at your Google Classroom or Tapestry for reception, don't try and do all of your learning at once. You can't do it. You can't have separate things going on at the same time. Focus on one,
Yeah.
complete it, put it to one side, and then move on to the next one. It's really important you do one at a time and put in those breaks, because you are not an octopus and you can't multitask like an octopus.
And then your concentration is on that one piece and you're giving it 110.
Because we still follow our Warden Hill way.
We do, right? So we are respectful at home, we're respectful on our Google Meets, we're doing everything that we can to be our very best, all right? And having our equipment ready, and just making sure we're good to go, having that nice quiet space to work in, if you can as well. I know it's hard, but you're keeping everyone safe. We're being safe by keeping everybody at home. Those children that can't be at home are in school, and we always try our best, all right, in
Definitely.
everything we do. And that's about that, taking one thing at a time, all right, because then you will be able to give it your best. So well done, children. Keep up our Warden Hill way at home.
Because we love seeing their work in the
We
celebration
do,
assembly.
we do.
It's such a treat for us to see it.
is.
So we're coming here now with some more strategies to help you with your mental well-being. Now, that's a word that I use to remember the 5 different ways of being mentally well and healthy, and that's CLANG, and they stand for connect, learn, active, notice, give. And I'm going to go through each one of these 5 things slowly and give you some ideas about how you can incorporate them into your daily life. So the first one, oh, there's CLANG. I've already said them.
Done.
Very efficient of me. So connect. Have you got any ideas that can help the children with connecting to their friends and family?
Definitely. So we've talked a few of them already, and the one I love to do, and I have encouraged my children to do this, is actually to write to family members.
Yes. Oh,
right?
So personal.
It is lovely, and that would be thank you letters for Christmas presents. So that was the first thing we did, but actually it's a really nice way, put pen to paper, and to get something through the post as a family, it's just really nice.
Yeah.
As an adult, getting an actual handwritten letter from somebody in your family is a real lift rather than a bill.
It just shows that extra bit of care.
Yes.
You've really thought about someone, and there is that phrase, it's the thought that counts.
Absolutely.
And it's a powerful thought in writing a letter.
It makes a big thing.
Yeah. But of course,
What
Zoom,
else?
there's Zoom.
We've got Zoom, we can do Zoom calls, we can get on FaceTime with our friends and family, and it's just that connection that way, because that's what we can do at the moment. So make the most of it.
Because friends and laughter really uplift you. Now, I've mentioned in many of my assemblies and in my class that a smile is infectious. If you see, we're both here smiling, and it's infectious, and that helps everyone. So make sure that you connect with people. So learn. I think we've got this one covered.
I reckon.
The learning going on at home is amazing. The work on Google Classroom is fantastic. But it is also the time where you might be able to do something else. Now, I've talked before about some of my regrets. One of them was not learning a language properly. My French is, say mouth. And I didn't learn an instrument. So these are 2 things that I may be able to try and incorporate.
Time.
I've got some time. Some time. But I'm loving the French within our Google Classroom.
It's really impressive.
Language Angels, it's just brilliant. And it's taken me back to being in school. And it has a sense of well-being. It makes you happy to learn something new and to master something. Yeah. I wouldn't say I've mastered it, but...
No, but you've got time.
Got time. So keep learning, keep working hard. On to the next one.
Getting active. So you guys are doing an incredible job, and I know that through your Google Classroom there's going to be some more PE games coming your way that your teachers have put together for you as well. But getting out, getting fresh air, going out for family walks, we're obviously limited to what we can do at the minute, but you know, if you've got gardens, get out there as well, and sometimes just even opening that window as well, getting that fresh air in, and then doing something in your living room, getting active that way.
Amazing. The next one is taking notice. This is from a previous assembly, and there's lots of assemblies because they're really important messages, and we'll keep revisiting them so that you learn them. It's taking notice when you're eating, when you're tasting something, when you have that chocolate bar or that little treat. Really taste it and take notice, and I guarantee you'll have a big smile. I tried this the other night, and I had a cherry bakewell that usually I just inhale, but I took my time and I savoured it. Bit like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory in the opening.
Oh, yeah.
It's what inspired me to do it, and the joy that the cherry bakewell brought me was just brilliant. Go out and explore the world through touching. So welly walks, going to see nature, go and find a snowdrop, go and feel what the grass feels like or the mud feels like. It's a different way of experiencing the world. Or just smelling the flowers or the cold, crisp air.
Definitely.
We were talking about that on our walks in this morning.
Yeah.
And listen to the birds. Well, that's really apt for this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Try and listen to the birds and see if you can hear any bird calls this weekend. Finally,
give. Now, I know that we have talked about this just a few slides ago, but giving some of your time, giving a letter to somebody, giving over a compliment to somebody, all of that helps. And it just makes you feel a little bit better too. Even just giving a smile makes a big difference.
It makes a huge difference. And I think it's really important at home that you're helping your parents with the service hour, because you're at home more, so there's more mess, so there's more work. So you really do need to give your time to help your family and make it run as efficiently as you can. So I'm just going to stop sharing now, bring us back. So we started off with a bit of doom and gloom about worries, but actually we empowered you with the answers. So remember the 5 things: clang, connect, learn, active, notice, give. And I hope that can help you during the rest of this lockdown.
Fantastic. And we'll come back to that, children. There will be some other mindfulness activities and wellbeing activities that we'll come on to in a couple of weeks' time as well for you. All right. So have a great week. We look forward to having a look through all your learning on Google Classroom. And also remember the Interhouse Lockdown Challenge results in by 3:15 on Thursday. And then we'll announce the winners on Friday.
It's so close.
It is. Have a great week. Bye-bye.